Hello, welcome to this new podcast called Anime Soup, where we talk about anime and stuff. I'm your host, Orange, and this is my co host, White Lightning Storm. Say hi.
Hi.
Cool. Alright, so we're going to be talking about the Chuunibyou movie that came out in February, I believe, but versions we could watch became available in like July or something. So, do you want to talk about your history with Chuunibyou, or yeah?
Well, for me, Chuunibyou was an amazing anime, very unique. I watched it about 2 years ago. It was definitely one of my favorite drama-based animes I ever watched.
Yeah,
Very
same.
good.
I watched it about 2 years ago. It was my favorite romance show for a while until I watched Tamako Love Story, which blew it out of the water. So yeah. So we watched the movie recently, like I said,
Yeah.
and well, I guess we're gonna talk about it. It's very interesting because like it diverges from Chuunibyou a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what do you want to talk about first about it?
I want to talk about like the animation studio behind it because like it's pretty interesting. So
Kyoto
it's made by
Animation?
what?
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's made by Kyoto Animation, who recently made Violet Art Evergarden, Koe no Katachi or A Silent Voice, uh, Hibiki Euphonium, etc., etc. I've watched like half their library. I know a lot about them. And like they're known for their really good animation and the moe stuff, and I'm into that. So yeah, uh,
Yeah.
yeah. This is the first non-Naoko Yamada movie I watched. Naoko Yamada made K-On!, Tamako Market, A Silent Voice as well. So it's really interesting how uh, the different director uses a movie. I haven't seen any movies by this guy.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, okay, we're gonna start with the plot. So the movie starts with Rika and Yuta in this class, and they're talking about their marks and stuff. And Cumin's still there, even though she probably should have been graduated by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird. But
It was. It
apparently, oh,
was.
what?
What?
Yeah, she should have like graduated. It's weird, but
Yeah.
apparently it's in the spring or whatever, and she's I guess here for like half a year of school
Club stuff.
more or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Japan's really weird.
You
Like
know.
and it briefly cuts to the OP, and it was kind of
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of boring. Like it was just a bunch of
Really?
anime loops with some
You
like
thought
pastel
so?
colors.
I thought it was pretty good. At least the music.
I didn't really pay attention to music, but like the animation was kind of lame. Like even the second OP was better. Uh, it looked more interesting. The second OP.
I thought it was
Eh, you know.
pretty cool.
So they have word from Toka, Rika's sister, that they're going to Italy, right? And
Yeah. And you just like, whatever, she can leave.
and like
You can play
Yuta's
video
a
games.
Yuta's a fucking pussy, cause like I don't want to be near Rika, even though like later he says he's devoted to her, but like it's kind of confusing and whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of
Those are
makes
fucking balls.
yeah, it kind of made sense, right? Because like it must be exhausting taking care of her. So
True, but like, come on. Freaking Rika's like 17, They're old.
yeah.
Well, they're basically a couple.
Even though they haven't done anything to expand
Except
the
fucking hold
relationship
hands.
since like that final scene of the second season where
Yeah.
they almost kiss.
Yeah, almost.
I'm like, what the fuck were they doing? Why?
It triggered me every time they showed that scene in the movie. Like, stop it.
I actually like that because he got a really badass speech from Yuta in that scene.
Oh yeah.
I really like that speech.
Same.
But then they later figure out Rika's a dumbass, and then Toka said, "Oh, we're actually moving to Italy."
And then fuck you. It's like, oh shit. No,
And
no,
then
no.
they have an eloping plot.
Yeah. Which I think was a fucking dumb.
Why?
It's a good idea to run away. Because, I mean, it's good for the story, but to run away is not a good plan.
Yeah, they're probably broke. Like, you saw fucking Yuta's financial condition in the second season. He can't be running around, dude. He just can't.
Exactly.
Unless he's saved up for whatever reason. Maybe college.
Yeah, maybe.
Since they said they were going to college, but, like, their marks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeesh.
Yeah. What was the grade again? 27?
It was like a
29?
24 or something. It was hopeless.
Yeah. I was just trash. I felt bad.
Yeah, some of like the interesting plot points come in that scene. Like when Rika talks about her marks, she doesn't say it in this cryptic way, right? And
Yeah.
and like she's very blunt about it. She doesn't really tiptoe around it with her Chuunibyou talk. She says, my marks are bad and they're hopeless, which is interesting because like
Yeah.
it brings up the theme of like her change. Like she's slowly changing. She doesn't have like the arm wrappings that she had before, right? So
Yeah.
there's like the subtle change. Those are some subtle changes. The how she looks and how she talks.
Yeah. Her personality is like slowly changing.
Yeah, and that comes in later, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so they go along with the plan to elope, right?
Yeah.
And Toka blackmails Nibutani and Dekamori.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. It's really funny how she uses like their teenage values and dignity against them by like blackmailing them with the embarrassing pictures.
Yeah. It's funny how she's like Toka's like the fucking boss of everything.
And
She has
like she
everyone
just
down.
knows.
She knows all.
Exactly where their weak points are. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
But it shows that she has an understanding of at least normal teenagers. Not her sister. She probably has no idea what's going on with Rika.
Yeah.
The one place they go to with the shrine was pretty cool because like there was also they bought those like rice cakes, right? And it is a reference to Tamako Market because like they go to the shopping arcade where all that mochi is sold by Tamako and Mochizo and whatever, which is great because Tamako Love Story is my favorite film and I'm glad they referenced it. I don't care how forced it is, it's great.
Hey. They also referenced one of my favorite shows, Dragon Ball. Remember that?
How?
They're like, oh, their power level is over 5.87 million.
Oh yeah, right.
That was
that
hilarious.
might not like be specifically Dragon Ball because like there's a lot of stuff that talks about power levels, like let's say Sword Art Online or
but specifically in those numbers.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That was hilarious to me though.
Okay, so they keep running away, right?
Yeah. So they this is when Dekamori and Imitani go to where they are and they try to get them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
And that moment, you know, you got Dekamori like, I can't do this to my master, but I have to respect my reputation.
Yeah, that was the only like epic fight, you know, the imaginary fight.
That was kind of sad.
Yeah, those were awesome. I love those.
I know. And then the artwork is like so beautiful in those too.
Yeah, the animation was really good. It was the only one, which is really shameful.
The way
Because like,
there's kind of another one, but not really.
when was that?
It was when she like was going to she like took out these things. I forgot what it was. It was like not near the end, but near the middle, where they're like collapse synopsis, and like, it was like for like only like a second or something.
Okay, let's get to the back to that later. So like, there's this cool map shit where it's like a drawn map and they're like hopping through from place
Oh
to
yeah.
place. They go to a place called Kobe, which is pretty funny, and it's pretty cool because like Kyoto Animation is known for going to locations, like the staff members go to these locations and like they take pictures and they mimic them in their shows. They did it in the K-On! Movie where they went to England and they actually had a lot of relocations. And like they probably did it with this show too, because like all of these backgrounds seem so specific. Like they bothered to draw in Tokyo Tower, etc. You know, so it's
Yeah,
really
that was
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another part after the fight scene that was really
Yeah.
cool. A part that I found really funny was when Yuta drunk from that little juice thing after you put it
Goes
in
milk.
Hikamori's mouth.
I thought it was stupid because I hate that indirect kiss meme. I really hate it. It's so annoying.
Really? That was hilarious.
I hate that. It's in everything. It's so stupid and immature. But like immaturity is a thing that's a real focus in Chuunibyou. So I guess
Yeah.
it gets a pass there, but like it's still kind of stupid. Like I have Vietnam flashbacks of this one show.
Indirect.
Yeah, that one show sucked. I'm gonna talk about in some other time, I guess. They actually encountered Toka at the restaurant in Kobe, so
Oh yeah.
yeah, she's really hoping that Rika would change and that she's selfish,
Yeah.
but she doesn't realize that Rika isn't selfish. Uh, she really devotes herself to Yuta as much as he does to her, and it's pretty apparent. Like
They have a bond like no one else either.
yeah, they have this specific bond through the Tyrant Side contract or whatever, which is really just their love, I guess.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
But the thing is, they actually make growing up and changing an actual thing that is on the table, which is interesting because the rest of the show, right? It was about keeping that immaturity and like that Chuunibyou, and having it a possibility of removing it is very interesting. So that was on my mind when watching this film.
Yeah, being able to make that decision.
Yeah, they talk about it later on in the film. Yeah, and then Yuta's like, "No, you're wrong. I am always here for Rika, and I'm not letting you take her away from me, no matter what. No matter if she changes or stays the same. And I will help her to get into college, which is really cool from him. He truly is devoted.
Definitely. He really cares for her.
Yeah, he talks about the cocoon, which is probably a metaphor.
Yeah.
Because, like...
It was... What do you think the metaphor means?
I feel like he kind of hindered Rika's growth, but at the same time, she'll still be fine. Like how the butterfly was still okay even after he accidentally touched the cocoon.
Hints the later scene, but
yeah,
what's up with that?
And it puts on the table if they're willing to, if Rika is willing to change her Chuunibyou, put that in the past,
Hmm.
uh, for the relationship, or keep it because it's the only thing she knows. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, it's kind. I could tell how that would be hard for someone
Yeah,
like her.
it would be hard because like both of these things are so important to these
Yeah,
characters.
you
So
know, and she,
it's a really tough call.
yeah, and she thinks if she stops being the way she is, that would destroy their bond. So I guess it's
No,
how hard that
it
may be.
destroys her identity.
Yeah.
That's the problem here. It's either identity or the relationship, which is difficult because the first season was all about
Ugh.
identity because
Yeah.
everyone's forcing her to stop, but
Hmm.
in the end, she doesn't, right?
Yeah.
But now they're suggesting that they remove that, uh,
Yeah.
which is difficult. And we've had like a whole season, 2 seasons for it, and just removing that would be really hard.
Definitely. That's like part of her now.
Yeah, and like it's hard to let that go.
Yeah. The
Okay,
part
so
after
uh, the part after the what's it called, the shop.
yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
I don't remember. Weren't Dekimori and Yubataki like they just kept challenging each other to weird stuff?
Wait, what?
Dekimori and
Wait, what were they doing?
they kept challenging each other, remember?
I feel like that was a bit far after. I'm not sure though.
Uh not sure. The order.
Okay, so they escape and they need a place to stay, right? So they go
Oh,
into the
oh,
they go
oh.
into the
Juicy
castle, right?
stuff. The gas. Yeah, sure.
I like how Yuta actually has the
I
thoughts,
know.
even though like Rika's so pure, because
I
like
know.
he's just a horny teenage kid, dude. You
I
know he
know.
can't help it. And
I
God
also,
says, if it's only in your
yeah.
head, then it's alright.
Only if you had it's okay. I love that little God thing too, by the way.
Yeah, God, like he needs
God.
guidance. And yeah, freaking, it's hard, you know. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's this
I
crazy
love
event going on, this eloping plot, and
you.
and like he needs to make decisions. Though it's kind of weird how God wasn't there in the earlier seasons.
Yeah, I found that weird too. So that's the first time I ever heard him, saying stuff like that. Not
Yeah, it's so
sketch.
weird. He never really had a master to pray down to, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a reason why he might need it now, or like maybe it's like his suppressed Chuunibyou. Probably not, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
You never know.
That makes no sense.
Oh, also,
Uh-huh.
the part where they're at the castle and stuff, I found it freaking hilarious when he made that face. Like, you know what I mean?
When you realize that it was a Fun Time Hotel, it was dirt cheap
Yeah.
too, like $54
I know.
for a hotel,
I
for a
was like,
place that
whoa.
looked so nice. It was
I
kind of
know.
sketchy, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was like, okay, wow, that's weird. This looks a pretty nice place. What could be wrong with it? Oh wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Part of me wishes they actually stayed there.
But like, you skipped the sexy times, I guess, because like they haven't kissed yet. You think they're gonna fuck each other? You really think they're gonna fuck each other?
You never know, man. You never know.
Oh, maybe.
What could happen?
Shit, no condoms.
No need.
okay, so they
Oh my
get kicked
god.
out. They almost
Yeah.
catch up, right? And
Hmm.
then Yuta finally figures out that there's a GPS tracker on Rika's phone,
Tell me.
which makes sense that Toka would use it because like that's how like
Yeah.
Google Maps and stuff figures out your location, and she I guess she had access to something similar.
True.
But I can't believe it took him fucking so long to figure out.
I
Hey, your
know.
phone's the fucking tracker. The
Never thought
NSA is
about
watching us right now.
that. Oh my god. It'd be hilarious if they actually went into the castle and stayed there and Toka found out. Ooh.
It's like, oh my god, what you're doing? What kind of sleazy shit is this? You're going home with me right now.
Right now. I'm never seeing him again. End of movie. So after that, don't they take a subway?
It was
Yeah.
a bus, I believe.
Bus? Oh, it was a bus.
Yeah. And then he
And
thinks
on
about
that,
kissing
well,
her, right?
yeah. And I was like, that was a pretty interesting scene. It was kind of funny.
I think that's where like the mom plot line comes up. Like I think Rika mentions her mom. I'm not sure though.
No, the mom plotline came in when they're at the that restaurant, and Toka said, and her mom is very worried about her.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. I like how Yuta didn't actually kiss her because like
Yeah.
shit.
He it's because she said like ban him out there. Yeah. It was like one of the cat's names. And he was like kind of smiling like, yeah.
Wait, one of the
Eighth
cats? What?
Remember the like the big cat with, like the wings on it? It was
Oh,
named
Chimera.
Venomoth or something. It was one of them named Venomoth.
No, God told him that
God.
that they should be at least both conscious when they kiss. So instead, they do the nose touch from season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember
Gay
that shit, right?
Grow some balls. Yeah, I remember that.
But it'll be kind of lame if they kiss while one of them's asleep anyway. Which is kind of obvious, but it's kind of They obviously wanted the kiss as like this big climax in the movie.
Yeah.
So they were definitely saving it for that, and that's kind of obvious, but it's not really a detail that's very what's it called important.
Yeah. So when they were on the bus, where did they stop at again?
They went to Tokyo, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the fucking montage starts. I like how
yeah.
I like how Rika says, "Are we going to find the Sorcerer's Stone?" Which kind of means, "Hey, want to go on an adventure? Want to have some fun?" And finally, Yuta didn't translate that, which is great. That's the worst part of the show, where Rika says something cryptic Chuunibyou, but Yuta has to translate it. Like, the audience already knows what she's saying if they were paying attention to the plot and the circumstances they're in. And it, like, it's almost, like, immediate what she says. Like, you know what she's saying before Yuta actually says it, so it's really pointless and kind of annoying. And it kind of takes away part of the fun. But like that one instance is a breath of fresh air for me.
That was a pretty fun moment right there. I like the montage.
Yeah, and then they did the montage or whatever. That would have been the perfect time to use "Take on Me" by a-ha.
Yeah.
But like they didn't. They didn't get the rights, and I'm so mad about that. I am so mad.
I'm triggered. They didn't want you to have that.
Yeah, because in Koei no Katachi, they got that one song from The Who, this like American band or whatever. No, The Who's Canadian. And they got the rights for that for the opening, and I really wanted to see them get the rights to that song so they could use it in their film, but it's
Yeah.
unfortunate that they didn't. That knocks it from a 10-1, by the way. Just, not a 10 to
that
1.
much?
No, a 10-9. That's what I meant.
Okay. Okay. Good. I was about to say that's a little too much. That's a little too harsh.
Yeah, like,
uh,
yeah, with the shrine scene and this one, like, they were on a date, you know? It was really
Yeah.
sweet and nice. Like, how they went to the aquarium in season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like,
If I'm
they're really using this time to truly bond when they need it the
yeah,
most. When there's a
that's really nice.
possibility of getting separated, right?
Yeah. Also, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't the scene after the montage where Yuta sees all the rings?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool how, he saw, the butterfly ring and he thought back, what he said about the cocoon and the butterfly. It was like, the ring kind of means that.
The butterfly? No, I was thinking
Remember?
that, like, it, it's like an engagement ring, right? It shows the devotion to your partner. And it has, like, this cool design that Rika would like, which shows that, like, he'll keep her Chuunibyou. At least some of it, you know?
Yeah. That was really nice.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, when he gives the ring to her is even better, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
I like the scene afterwards, where they're on that bench, and I think... Wait, do they try to talk to his mom, I believe, right? And, like...
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. You go into
Rika
the front
pulls out all that shit, and then she takes out the spinny thing, right? And does the thing from the first opening. Like, it's hilarious that they know that's a meme.
Yeah.
And they had to put it in again.
That was so funny.
Yeah, they're, like,
I love
pretty aware
that.
of that. And in the montage, when they were, like, picking up toys in the crane machine, there was Dara from Tamako Market, which I thought was a really funny reference as well.
Awesome. Oof. So this is when wait. No. Yeah. Isn't that so they're sitting on the bench, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of sitting on benches, I realize.
A lot. I know. There's a lot of sitting on benches.
Okay, so you were saying.
I'm trying to remember if that was the scene where he took out the ring or not.
No, he didn't give it. He gave it to her when they arrived in Hokkaido.
Okay.
Okay, so Nibutani and Dekamori are still after them. They go to the hotel. And they have to, like, make up this shit, so they go to the hotel. Yuta is the bigger brother, and Rika is the little sister. And I realized how great of a character Rika is through that scene, because, like, the freaking little sister shit was super annoying and aggravating. So, like, it truly shows how unique of a character Rika is, because, like, she is the true embodiment of Chuunibyou. At least in my head, that's the way. Every other Chuunibyou character, in my opinion, just falls simply flat. Like, the fact that you can actually understand what she's saying, and how she takes the Chuunibyou thing, like, 1,000 steps forward, makes her super good as a character.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one like her, and it's super cool and interesting. And how she has, like, a actual honest and truthful personality underneath that's, like, super transparent for Yuta, but, like,
I know.
But it's also super transparent to me as well.
Yeah, that was. She's yeah, that was definitely that time where she was like oh big. I can't.
Yeah, it
I'll say
was
I can't.
really bad. Like, it's so unnatural, and they know
I
it.
know. And like Yuta's face is just like, wow, she totally changed. uh,
Like, if she were anything else, she'd be a garbage character. Sure, she'd look cute, but like,
garbage but cute.
that aspect of being the best Chuunibyou ever is the best part, in my opinion.
Yeah, gives her a very good characteristic on it.
Yeah.
Very unique. You know, when they get into the hotel. That's one of my favorite parts of the movie, actually. Just
Oh,
because
wow.
it was just showed that even though she has Shinibi and all that, she can be embarrassed and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I found that very cute and
Yeah,
funny.
like I said, she has an honest personality underneath.
Yeah. It also shows that, you know, she's growing up. Like, she couldn't fit in this
Though
the
it
shit was
also
too
like
small.
is her layer of immaturity, right? Because like
Yeah.
she's still flustered when a dude, looks at her when she's
Basically
almost
nothing on
naked.
it.
Yeah,
Uh,
and like,
also,
huh?
I love how when she threw that thing at his face, you know,
Uh-huh.
it's not like one of those things where in anime where they leave a mark and the next scene it's gone. It actually stayed there for a little while.
Oh yeah, I think I realized that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the animation is really good with details like that. Also, the facial expressions, if you notice.
Yeah. Hmm.
I can't remember exactly how they're used here, but like it's not as really good as Naoko Yamada shows, which like fully utilized that aspect, like in Tamako Love Story and Koi no Katachi, where like you
Hmm.
could tell exactly what the characters were thinking just from their faces. And I wish this film used that more effectively. Because, like, there's some interesting themes here, and, like, the characters are thinking about a lot.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, so the funny scene where
Oh,
Dekamori and Ibutani are in the hotel.
yeah. That's my second favorite scene right there. Ooh, that was just
Wait, before we
you
talk
know.
about that,
Oof.
when Yuta put the ring under the bed, I honestly thought he was going to forget it, and that was going to be another plot point. I was like, no, please don't do that. Please don't do that. And I'm glad they did. Anyway, back to
Oh yeah,
Dekamori and Ibutani.
thank goodness. I've been annoying, but yeah, that was just fresh and fresh air, that good old comedy. You
Yeah,
know,
it uses that a lot because like
yeah.
this is probably the most serious Chunibyo has been. Well, maybe since the end of the first season where they talk about Rika's dead dad and shit. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was heavy. Um,
yeah, it was.
so like they do need the breaks,
Yeah,
and I like how they reconfirm that they might be gay.
yeah, like legit. I, they
Like
might be.
Dekamori was in Nibutani's tits and what?
I know it was so warm, and like she didn't even let go. She stayed holding on to
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? You're so gay.
her. You're so gay. What do you get?
No, we're not gay. We swear.
We swear.
I mean, in
Ashley's holding on
Japan,
to
they're
her.
against homosexuality, so I guess
Oh
they
wow.
desire to be straight. And probably most of these are accidents anyway, but it's still pretty funny.
Yeah.
Also, the Fujoshis, man, they'll be all over that
Ooh,
shit.
I know. I can already see. Yeah. Oh, there's also another scene that I think we skipped earlier. That was I just remembered that was actually pretty funny. Was when you see Nubataki, saying, "Oh, I'm the president now. I finally made it."
Oh yeah,
And Tico was like, "Get out my chair."
that. Yeah, because it was like a reversal. You know, you wouldn't expect
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah. I did not expect that.
That was pretty funny. I
Yeah,
skipped over that scene because like I kind of want to just like focus on the more serious aspects of like
yeah.
uh
Okay.
this eloping plot and like this big decision that they're trying to find an answer for. Anyway,
Yeah.
so they wake up and they go to the airport, right?
Hmm.
And like what's supposed to be an intense like fucking chase scene or whatever, it kind of just looks flat, you know. I don't think
Yeah.
like the direction is very good in this film. It's just standard, you know. I
I
don't
see
think
what
it's
you mean.
very good. Like it
Yeah.
should have been like rushing, more intense, you know, like camera shake and like cool angles and stuff.
Angles
Like
everywhere.
it does, and the film doesn't look much different from the anime. Like there's not many scenes of good animation. In fact, I think there's less because of less fight scenes, right?
Yeah. There was like less, like only one fight scene.
I
That's
mean, it thematically makes sense because like they're slowly
it.
moving on from that. But
True. But still, in the episodes, in like one episode, you may see like 3 fights.
well, maybe not three, but like once every like couple episodes there was a fight scene probably.
Yeah.
I think it's
I was like, oh,
season two
that's
there
sad.
was less. I'm not sure though.
Uh, hmm. The animation quality. I mean, I thought the artwork was beautiful. I feel like it was better. You know,
Well,
like I could see a little bit change.
yeah, the colors they're like
Yeah.
slightly saturated, and I noticed that.
Mhm.
But like that's about it, really. I didn't
Yeah.
find the animation or artwork any better. It just looks standard to the TV show. Though, but this is Kyoto Animation we're talking about. They make like the best looking things the past decade,
Yeah.
like constantly.
Hmm.
So that's not necessarily the worst thing, but I really do expect more from Kyoto Animation. Like when I was watching this podcast for Koi no Katachi, they pointed out how actually really hard it is to animate hands, and they do that constantly
Ooh. Yeah. A
in
lot actually.
in Koi no Katachi because like they have to do the sign language stuff.
Yeah.
But in this, it just looks standard, you know?
Yeah.
There's nothing stand-outish about the animation, which is really unfortunate because it's a Kyoto animation we're talking about, and their films are like the best thing in this decade. But like
Yeah.
the change in the story in Chuunibyou is probably the strength of the film.
Yeah. I would say so too.
And speaking of which, when they arrive in Hokkaido, you know, he first of all, I'm a big fan of winter clothes in anime, so I was really happy when Rika put on those really cute clothes.
Yeah.
You know, the big coat and the giant scarf. I love giant scarves because thanks, Kaon.
I just love that little
Yeah.
pose she did, you know?
It's like comfy. It makes you feel comfy.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, so cute.
Anyway, so he gives her the ring, which
Mhm.
is pretty symbolic because again, it's like an engagement. It's like
Yeah.
a visual sign of their contract, you know,
Hmm.
and it shows devotion. He says like, "Oh, I'm devoted to you" and stuff, which is really
Yeah.
nice. I liked it. It was very heartwarming. It was very sweet. It gave me diabetes.
So sweet. Give me that beat. And like, yeah, and you could tell she really did like it. She
Yeah.
loved it.
She got super
That's fine.
flustered.
I know. I'll put it on you. No, I'll put it on myself.
You know, like she's human. She gets flustered. You know, she doesn't
Yeah.
expect someone to be so devoted to her. You know, and
Oh yeah.
truly committing to that.
Yeah. Also, I love how when you two like took the ring out, he was like, "I'll get you the real one when the time comes," you know?
I was like, oh shit, dude, they're gonna
Yeah.
fucking married. They're
Yeah.
gonna get fucking married.
That would be. I want to see that.
Yeah,
Uh,
but okay, I'll just talk about it near the end. Um, what was I gonna say? Fuck. Yeah,
what
but
about
like,
after?
hmm?
What about after the ring scene?
It's been happening this whole time. So when they're in
Okay.
Hokkaido, they actually talk to uh the mom, Rika's mom, on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
there.
I didn't. Rika's mom is kind of like a new character to me.
Yeah,
It's like,
they talked about her dad a lot, but not her.
yeah.
Since, you know. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is that like the only other person who was devoted to her was her dad. Who was truly devoted. And, like, having another person after so long might be new for her, you know?
Yeah.
It's not expected. But it's kind of beautiful because, like, Yuta's one of the few people that would give her a chance when no one else would.
That's very sweet.
And it gave her a window of opportunity for more. Like, she made other friends, you know? For example.
Yeah. Friends like her. And, you know, other friends. And so, when they called mom, you know, I know what to expect. I didn't know her personality or anything.
Yeah.
She could, I thought, I don't know, she would be like angry.
Didn't really matter. But there's some more interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so they go on the train to go find their mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, Rika goes out to call Shichimiya, right? And they talk about the decision of, like, is it relationship or identity? That is the question here. And it's really interesting talking to her because she chose the identity over the relationship, right? Because Shichimiya was in love with Yuta, right? And she felt like she had to, like, give up her Chuunibyou to be with him. But she didn't want to get rid of that. And she stayed for like that. And I believe she is still like that.
Yeah.
So it's
a little
really
bit grown up still.
It's interesting talking to her specifically because she made a decision already and see if Rika really wants that decision or she wants the other after seeing what Shichimiya is like.
Yeah. And, you know, it would be a really hard choice for her to make.
Yeah.
So I guess for the other girl, you know, of course, it was a hard choice for her too. But did you even like her?
Yeah, probably not, to be honest. I think it was like a one-sided love, unfortunately. And I think she realized that, and that's why she didn't pick the relationship option, because she was too afraid of being turned down.
Yeah. But with
and
Rika's,
like Yuta's balls didn't drop.
Yeah. Not a man, yeah. But Rika knows Yuta loves him.
Yeah. It's obvious. Like, she said it to or he said it to Toka. He said it to her when he gave her the ring.
Yeah.
Like, she knows, but then again, right? She loses every bit of her personality if she gives up the Chuunibyou. Like, in season 1, for example, at the end of season 1, she just gives up all the Chuunibyou stuff, and she becomes practically lifeless.
Yeah. Oh, sad.
So
Like
again,
all her
it's
personality just
just
gone.
gone. She was just there moping, you know. It was tough to watch. It was really a hard
Yeah.
decision. Okay, so she leaves with. Oh wait, I also forgot to mention. You know the other kid, the guy, he was there.
Oh yeah.
Like they just crammed him in. They just
I
fucking
know.
crammed him in.
Like here's this kid. Take.
Oh, remember him?
Right, remember this kid?
He was he was kind of in season 1, barely in season 2.
He was like one of my favorite characters. Like,
And then oh fuck, we need to put him in. So
I know.
okay, let's just have him in the train with him, I guess. He's on
Like,
a fucking spiritual journey. Yeah, spiritual journey my ass. Like, he was just there so he can be there, just in case anyone missed him. I didn't give a fuck about him. I didn't really.
I did. I was like, hey, I'm glad I saw him. Because I was like, if he's in the movie, I'll be pretty bummed out. Because he was a pretty cool character.
I mean, he was not there enough for me to like him, you know?
I mean, he was pretty cool. But, it was, you know, like the little hint of comedy every now and then.
Yeah. Like, he only wanted the pussy, dude. And he couldn't get any of fucking Cuban's pussies.
I know. They wanted you to.
And he was so sad, but like, we know you're just here, just for the.
You don't belong.
Just the pandering, because there was a lot of pandering in this film. You know, the friggin' spinny meme and the Tomahawk Market stuff. Like, it's kind of pandery, and I don't really like it. You know, I talked about this in Madoka, how the Madoka did that. And it does feel a bit forced, even though it's stuff I really like.
Yeah. What you mean. Oh yeah. On the train scene, didn't Rika try to kiss Yuta?
Yeah.
That turned out well.
But again,
Really?
they had it. Okay, both of them have to be conscious, and it's like this epic climax. That's clearly what they were going for from the start. It was so obvious.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the morning, Rika actually leaves a train. And then she talks to her mom, right?
Mm-hmm. But Yuta doesn't know any of it. He just starts freaking out about everything.
Yeah, he has to find her or whatever, and then Shichimiya and Cumin come, which is really interesting, because like before Shichimiya said, okay, there's gonna be the time to go and find them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that was the time. And then Yuta finds his mother or her mother and talks to her, which is interesting.
Yeah, he just collapses and apologizes, you know.
Yeah, he fucking lost her daughter. What?
Yeah.
He was so worried.
I know.
And like they talk on these like stump things. It would kind of be pushing it, calling it a Haruhi reference, because like in episode 4 of The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, I don't remember which episode technically it is in the 2006 broadcast, but it was like the episode where like all the exposition dumping happens, and Koizumi and Kyon sit on these log chairs, which are super similar to these, but it's really pushing it, especially when they say it's a hospital, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably not a reference, but I wouldn't be surprised if it really was. Anyway, like they talk about Rika, right? And the mother talks about how she cannot understand Rika at all.
Yeah. I don't
which,
know, you youngsters.
which shows that like um Yuta and Rika's relationship is very special. Like it's so strong that not even family can understand it. Not they cannot comprehend what was going on here. So it's
Yeah.
beautiful in that aspect because again, their relationship is so strong that they know each other so well when family has no idea. Like Toka doesn't understand that um the Chuunibyou is just a part of her, right? And she
Yeah.
drags her along when she really just wants to stay with Yuta forever.
Yeah. Because she really cares for him too. They don't want to be separated.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of cool. Like, the mom's personality is so nice, She even sends Rika money sometimes.
Yeah. Like she
She's,
tries to understand her daughter.
yeah.
Uh unlike the grandparents and
Yeah.
Toka, but she still doesn't really get her, you know?
Yeah. She wants to, though.
And Yuta spends so much time with her that he knows. He just knows everything about Rika, even though he has to put up with all her shit.
Because he loves her.
Yeah. And he just knows everything
Yeah.
about her
This amazing
and why
relationship.
she acts the way she does.
Mm-hmm.
And understand how it works, unlike anyone else.
Yeah. He knows her
Anyways,
better than anyone.
yeah. Okay, so they cut back to Rika, Shichimiya, and Cumin. Like they find Rika somehow. I don't know how. Yeah.
Oh, wait, didn't we skip an important part?
Did we? Or did we
When
skip?
when Rika bumped into that sign and turned back on the
No,
GPS.
it was talking about how she was flustered before, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, she bumped into the
Yep.
sign because she was flustered.
Yeah. We didn't specify that. It actually turned back on the GPS tracking thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, because she turned on her phone.
Yeah. Just,
I
a
mean,
little stupid.
it didn't really matter, and we'll see why later.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, with Chichimiya and Cumin and
yeah.
Rika.
Okay, so like they find her, right, and like they talk about the decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like Rika and Shichimiya use the Chuunibyou speak or whatever, and they talk about like, okay, so uh remove your identity to create a better relationship with Yuta. Like they keep repeating this, really.
Yeah.
Like I said before, that it's either identity or the relationship. And Rika, like they go back and forth, and they talk about Rika reaches the decision to banish the world, which probably means relationship,
Yeah.
right? But then
Mhm.
Human steps in and says that it should be between Yuta and Rika, which
Yeah.
makes total sense, right?
Yeah. True. It's their relationship.
Yeah. Like
So
Shichimiya, she doesn't actually know everything about Yuta
yeah.
because like she failed to create a true bond with him. And it
Mhm.
really should be Rika and Yuta because it's their relationship and they know about it the most, right?
Yeah. So it should
And
be
then,
just them.
yeah. And then Dekamori and Nibutani come, right? And they basically gave up.
Yeah. Like effort, we give
Yep.
up.
We accept our fate of fucking embarrassment. And they were like, alright, we never really wanted to help Toka in the first place, and then they give them the gift.
Yeah.
And it's like, alright. And Toka gave up too. It's like, yeah, fuck it.
Fucking them kids, they're too good.
God damn it, they're so sneaky. And then they get on the cruise, and then this super epic scene happens.
Amazing.
So then he actually gives her the ring. Like, he's actually fucking proposing to her for real.
Yeah. Even puts it on her finger and everything.
It's like, yeah, working. And it really shows their commitment.
Yeah.
Like literally, I'm marrying you. I will have this forever relationship with you.
we will have our kids.
Unless they're what's it called? Fuck. They don't actually have religion, and they're just gonna divorce after a few years,
I mean, I'm not sure what Yuta means by God, like the actual God, or
some
anime
like
God.
God. I think his own perspective of God. What he thinks God is.
Yeah. Enrica, he said, "I don't believe in God."
Oh really? I don't remember that.
Yeah, you don't remember that? It was when they were talking. It was like Yuta was like, "I swear to God," and Enrica was like, "I don't believe in God," but you don't remember that?
No.
Wow.
I remember they talk about their what's it called? Their contract. That's what it is.
But I swear that happened.
Yes.
I have to go check on that later.
And then they talk about how even stars don't last forever, and humans certainly don't. Which shows, like, they gotta live their life to the fullest. And, like, people change. Life changes, right? This Chuunibyou thing might not stay. And they're okay with that, What's truly important is the relationship.
Yeah, that's what matters the most.
Yeah, at least to them.
It's unique to them and them only. They're the only ones that can truly understand them.
Truly understand each other and support each other no matter what. Because, they went on this fucking crazy road trip. And, they did it just so they could keep the relationship. That's how devoted they are to each other.
Yeah. They're meant for each other, Yes. They work everything out.
And then they finally fucking kiss. I think twice. Right?
Like 3 times. No, wait. 3. I think it was 3 times. Because first, Yuta kissed Rika
unexpectedly, right?
Yeah, and was like, no, I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready. Let's do it again.
They did it again, and then while the camera's panning out, they both bent over and they kissed.
Yeah, and it kind of reminded me of Toradora because it was kind of weird since they've been dodging it the whole time.
Yeah,
and it's weird because multiple kisses, and Rika's kind of pure, I guess.
That was such a sweet scene.
Yeah, this had been finally fulfilled after a whole season and a movie without that.
Yep. Whew. Finally.
Even though Yuta's speech was worth it,
I guess this wasn't the right time.
Like the kiss was still very satisfactory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, finally, Jesus Christ. It took too long. Yeah. We were talking about after the kiss, like right after the kiss.
Yeah, and like they hug it out, and the fucking ethereal horizon comes back and shit.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Oh yeah. They're like.
I think it was the
Banish.
ethereal horizon. I think.
Yeah.
It was something like that. I don't know.
It was some beautiful artwork
And they
right there.
hug it out. It was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably just mostly digital effects, which isn't really that impressive. But like,
True.
Kyoto Animation's digital effects work is still pretty good, but like they kind of overdid it in Violet Evergarden, though.
Yeah.
Wait, have you watched Violet Evergarden?
No, I don't think I've ever seen that. I know I've seen. I don't want, only know one Kyoto Animation movie I've seen. And that's Silent Voice.
Oh. I thought you would have heard about it because like, Violet Evergarden aired a couple months or a few months ago. I think in the winter.
Oh, alright.
And like people were making a big deal about it. Anyway.
Huh. I'll have to watch sometimes.
And like it was a really nice climax. Cause like it finally got to this point where, like, all right, this is truly a romantic relationship now.
Confirmed. Couple. There.
Yeah, it's not like this weird like protect thing or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like this truly romantic thing and a contract with devotion in it, you know?
They're completely bonded. They kiss. There's no getting out of that.
And then they skip over because like they go to Italy anyway, so what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
And
They go to fucking Italy.
and it turns out Toka's actually getting married, and like, why didn't she fucking
Yeah.
say that earlier? She said,
I know.
yeah, she said she was going there to manage a restaurant.
Yeah.
But like, why didn't she mention getting married and like moving in with her like husband or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, they never mention anything about a relationship, and it's just like out of nowhere.
Big surprise. Ooh.
Like, should
Hey, that
she
was
have
a
said
pretty-
something? That's my question. That was pretty dumb.
Yeah. That was a pretty fun scene, you know? No pressure.
Yeah, I kind of hated how she just didn't mention that.
Yeah, I mean, she could have just said, hey, I want to get married.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you have, what's his face again from the train?
Oh yeah, I think his name is Makoto, and like he
Yeah,
had to take care of the cats because like
Yes,
fuck 'em.
yeah. Freaking loser.
You're barely in this film anyway.
Yeah.
Here's what you're gonna be used for in the plot. Like they
Thank
didn't
you.
even really have any like plot relevance when they were on the train either, right? Because it's like, Cuban,
Yeah, cute. Yeah.
senpai, love me.
Love me, senpai. Don't it's me. Oh,
Yeah, but that
God.
was it. That's all he did.
Ah.
No one fucking cares.
Another movie, Cumin and Makoto get married.
No, she's going to college. I have to get her. I kind of found him obnoxious though, but you know.
Really?
Anyway, and then who was it? Frick, Toka throws the bouquet, and then Rika
Oh.
goes to catch it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, she's gonna
Mine.
get married next. Holy shit!
It's like, I found it kind of funny because, you know, when she falls into a fucking ocean. You know?
Though it shows that like it's confirmed that like the relationship will be everlasting,
Go.
and that's kind of
Yeah.
nice. It's kind of
That was
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
I love that scene. And, you know, oof. The music was amazing. But the scene after the credits, though, What about that?
Okay, let me say this one thing before we get there. I like how
Okay.
it kind of leaves it up in the air because, like, Rika didn't seem like her Chuunibyou-ness, if that's a word, um, was going to change. Like, it didn't seem like she was going to change anymore because she still had the eye patch or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
it keeps up in the air. You know, maybe she'll just move on later, or she'll just stay like this forever. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
So it keeps it up in the air, and like the scene after. Okay, we could talk about that. The credits. I didn't even listen to the credits song. Did you listen to it? No.
No, I didn't listen to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, who cares?
Who cares? Who cares about the
I
credits?
made a video about music before. Not the best. And Jesus, that hammer. Anyway, so like, they redo this scene from the first scene in the first season, right? Where Rika comes down the rope and she sees Utah, but it's funny because like you can see Shitsumiya doing whatever in the background on the floor below, or the floor above Utah, the floor in between, whatever. And then she's holding the ring, so it's obviously afterwards.
Yeah.
And Yuta says, why are you in love with Rika? And then he answers his own question. It's a rhetorical question, and he says, well, not rhetorical, but whatever. Because she is just that type of person, you know? It's like this indescribable feeling that this person is for me. And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that. It's nice.
Very sweet. So, would you rate this movie?
I give it like a 9. I gave like the 2 seasons specifically 9.3, but like I think this movie's below that because I think there's a couple aspects that are kind of iffy in it. But like it's hard because like the themes kind of make up for it, how it changes, how things change up. What about you?
Same. I'll give it a 9 too. It's really good.
Yeah, and plus like it doesn't live up to the other things I like. Like let's say Tamako Love Story. That movie is basically not even about romance, but like those themes of change are so strong that like I don't even care. And the beautiful direction that Naoko Yamada does, it just simply better.
Yeah. Just like you would think Kyoto Animation would do a little bit better. It should have a little bit better.
I was really disappointed in the animation category as well. It just looks like another one of their TV shows. Like Violet Evergarden was a TV show, and it looked better than this. So, like that show had like fight scenes. That show had like cool time lapse footage that I haven't seen before. Well, I have seen in Your Name, but like in a TV show, I haven't seen that. You know, other like anime films seem better. You know, like what's it? Like let's say Summer Wars. Like that had better character animation. Like all they did was add like a little bit of saturation to the colors, and that's about it. They didn't really do anything else.
But still, all in all, great.
Yeah, it was still really good. You know, like that change is really interesting to me.
Yeah.
We're trying to think of like sound, but I have no idea about that.
About what?
Sound.
Sound?
Like the sound design, the audio. I don't really pay attention to that.
Yeah, Me either. I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah, it's not really something that I found really
The-
interesting.
The voice acting is pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch the dub, it's horrible. The dub is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, Rika's voice is super annoying.
Oh my god, you.
No, she sounds like nasally and annoying. Oh my god, my parents are fucking screaming in the background. Jesus Christ. There's no domestic violence here, I swear.
Child services.
Anyway. Yeah, and I think there was anything like audio wise that was really interesting. Like it was just like the rest of the show.
Yeah.
I mean the songs, like the actual like songs that were sung, they didn't really stick out to me. I didn't really think they were that good.
But the song at the ending though, you know, during the wedding, I loved that. That was.
Oh yeah, the OP, right?
Yeah.
They had to do a throwback because that was the best opening in the show. I don't even care.
Yeah. It was. It's amazing. I'm downloading that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like that one was also like best directed. If you've seen Mother's Basement's video on the top 5 best Kyoto animation themes, then like I would agree that is the best one cuz like K-On!, sure it had some really nice songs, but like every song except the openings were good basically, which was unfortunate.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's bad.
And like the story was interesting too because it like really focused on Rika and Yuta's relationship, and it really changed it how changing the Chuunibyou was a real thing that was on the table for them. So it was really interesting how the characters made the decision. And it kind of sucks that they had to make both. They made both anyway.
Yeah.
Because like it kind of makes it inconsequential. But the thing is, like, I cannot imagine Rika as a non-Chuunibyou, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's such a distinct part of her character. It's basically her whole character, actually.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you two wouldn't want that either.
I mean, that's not a bad thing though that she's just Chuunibyou because she's the most refined Chuunibyou. So, do you have any other thoughts?
No, not I can think of.
Anyway, next time, Fooly Cooly. Yeah, Fooly Cooly.
Can't wait to talk about that. Ooh, Fooly Cooly. Ooh.
Yeah. See you then. Bye.
That's a bad. No, that's a bad. And do a closing. Do a good closing.
Fine. Okay.
Unless you want to make a closing song.
No. Next. Anyway, next time on Anime Soup, we're gonna be talking about Fooly Cooly. Till next time. Eat your vegetables?
Eat your fruit. No. Eat your orange.
No, that's fucking horrible. Why would I eat my own kind? Come on, dude. Come on. You're better.
I would.
See you then.